Hey, what's up, Cosmic Family? I'm Mora. Welcome to Crystalline Codes. I felt called to do this channel for quite a while, but thanks to Ralph Smart from Infinite Waters, I feel an extra little push of motivation today. And thanks to me, sorry, I couldn't find anything to balance this. I'm not recording in the usual spot. And thanks to me, I took a few days to regroup. And I feel much, much better. So I wanted to talk about compassion today. Come on, work with me. So I want to tell you a story. If you're able to, close your eyes and really focus in and look through your heart and allow as much compassion and empathy to come through in this story as you're able to do. So there's this guy, he does the 9 to 5 grind every day. He's doing his best, but sometimes he comes home with a bunch of anxiety, and he overeats and drinks a bunch and feels like crap the next day. Then, after that same cycle happening several times, he decides, well, shit, if I'm ever going to feel good about myself, maybe I should quit and get healthier and be kinder to myself, because we know the only real reason that I'm drinking this much is because I hate my job and, I don't like myself type thing, right? And so, as someone that is observing this, it's pretty easy, to get his story, to vibe with him. And, then let's say, for example, that he finally does quit. And he's doing really well. And he's starting to feel good about himself. But then he notices that while he's out, his friends, offer him a drink. And at first he's like, no, I'm good. I've changed. That's not my thing anymore. And so he has some other kind of fizzy soda drink thing. I was going to say a Pepsi, but we don't advocate that. He drinks some water. He's hanging out. And then the party that he's at really starts to get amped up, and his friends come at him again, and this time they're a little more pushy, come on, it's just one night, please drink with us. And he's like, okay, one drink, just one drink, and then I'll go back to my normal practice, tomorrow. So he has a drink and he's hanging out, and he's starting to feel kind of relaxed again, like he used to, but also a little bit guilty because he remembers how much of a depressant alcohol was on his body and his mind, and how it really caused him to loop a lot. And so he ends up having another drink. He's like, screw it, let's have another drink, let's dance and hang out. He does some things that he's not super proud of. He says some things. He's acting kind of a hot mess. Suddenly, he's back to his normal self, or his old self. We won't say normal because it's not your normal self. And no judgment, just, stay with me here. And so then the next day, he's really feeling like shit about himself. He's like, I've done, so much work. How could I do this to myself? And he's really beating himself up about it. And so this time, when he quits, he really sticks to it, and he realizes that the people that he's around affect his energy. He realizes that their influence over him, being around other people that drink, actually makes you want to drink more, because they want you to drink more, because they want you to be on the same level as them, right? Oh, there's a red ant on me. Don't bite me. Okay, I threw him. So the point of this whole story is like, that's you, right? In some shape or form. I don't know if it's alcohol for you or if it's something else, could be food, could be sex, could be overthinking. But whatever the case is, so much like support and peace to you with your journey in working through whatever it is that you're, like honing in on. And if you're not, maybe this is a sign for you today to get healthier, to treat yourself better. Health is wealth, and as like often as that statement is put out there, it's real, it's authentic, it's science. And there's so many forms of health, right? It's not just the diet and the exercise, but it's also the mental health and the emotional health. So, if you're someone, for example, like something that I am still releasing is this whole, like, I'm doing really well, everything's going well, and then an old program comes up to be like, you're doing pretty good today. Like, what happens if we throw a little of this in the mix? And at first I kind of ignore it, whether it's like a self-sabotaging thought or a judgment or envy or whatever it is, And then it starts out small, and I'm kind of like ignoring it at first, and then all of a sudden it kind of builds up into this big thing, and before I know it, my mood has completely been like sideswiped. And part of that is programming. So I do want you to remember that if in your life you tend to have this pattern where like you try really hard, you go to the gym, or not even just a gym, like you do some kind of practice for yourself, whether it's meditating or writing your dreams down, or like eating better, more plant-based diet stuff, and then something comes up right after you're doing really well, and then everything kind of falls apart, and suddenly you eat one cheese stick, and then all of a sudden you're eating like this huge pizza like a few hours later. And the point of all of this is like moderation is key. And everything has a vibration to it, So like alcohol has a vibration, weed has a vibration, overeating has a vibration, different types of foods have vibration, different thoughts have vibration. And so, this video isn't really to talk about programming as much, but I just wanted to throw it out there just so you could be cognizant in terms of compassion, to be kind to yourself. There's bees everywhere. Be kind to yourself, because it's a process. And I wanted to swing that back around and remind you that through loving yourself, you're supporting the entire world. The more that you step up for yourself, you speak up for yourself, you do the work for yourself, you're more like chill and laid back when you need to be. Honestly, always be chill and laid back if you can. Goal for it. Whatever it is, it's helping the collective on a tangible like sense, because we create our realities. What we perceive is our reality. And so the more you perceive life to be like supportive and loving and nurturing, the more you will experience that in the world. And I also had this really cool download come through while I was doing yoga earlier. Let me look at my notes real fast. So, I wanted to remind you that with compassion, yes, we have like the karmic stuff that we're tying up, whether in past lives or in this life, as well as the traumas from past lives in this life. But think about it for a second. You're actually not you, right? You're not, insert your name here. You're actually a soul that is incarnated in this body, in this story, in this narrative, to learn through this character. And so whenever you find yourself not anchoring in the compassion that you want, maybe take a deep breath, a few of them if you can, especially if, like, here, do one with me. You inhale, hold, exhale. Do a few of those. Observe your body, observe your emotions, pull back from reacting, and remember that you chose to be this character because based off of your karma, your experiences, your evolution, this was the character that, you needed to embody the energy of. And so when you don't feel good enough, when you don't feel worthy, when you're wondering why you should even go on, like, look in the mirror and know it's not you, but it is you for now, right? This is the avatar you chose to wear this lifetime, and respect that and hold that compassion that you would hold for someone else. Like, for example, someone who's unconscious and is really, just belligerent, it's harder to have compassion for them versus someone who knows, no, that you're not perfect, but you're trying. And, I know they say do or don't, like try or don't type thing, but sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes it's a slower process, and you have to peel off all the layers until you get to just, your birthday suit. Or as I say, and I'm sure it's going to be like the crystalline codes, like phrase is like, peel back the layers to get to the heart of the matter. Not the onion. The onion just has layer after layer after layer. And I'm not saying that one day your life will be perfect, because that's not the point of this construct. The point of this construct is to experience and to play and to, like, relish that imperfection. So, hold compassion for you, because you are beautiful, you are perfect, and anything that you feel that you are, that is to be ashamed of or judged or that you feel guilty of, remember it's just a program, whether through past lives or this life. And programs can be unprogrammed, they can be uninstalled, and you can install new programs. And when you're giving up old programs, remember to install a more positive one, or to pray for the universe to bring a more positive habit into your life. Okay, so that's my message for you. Mercury retrograde and the camera's like falling and stuff. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you resonate, do the stuffs. And if you don't, thanks for watching this far. I super appreciate you. Sending you so much light, abundance, guidance, compassion, all the loves. And remember, darling, Love never goes to waste. Ever, ever, ever. Bye.